my name is Matt, and I'll be discussing today the ever-growing problem commonly known as texting. It's hard to believe that anybody today cannot know what texting is, but for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, texting is the ability to send text messages between phones, similar to email or instant messaging. When I was first able to get my cell phone, I was around the age of 14, and the only thing I was concerned with was being able to talk to my friends on the phone. Some people used texting then, but it was an expensive option and not many kids were allowed to do it. When kids my age started to get their cell phones, the only things we were concerned with were talking to our friends or playing the cool games that came on them. But today it seems that kids are becoming overly consumed with the prospect of only being able to talk through text. The growing problem with teens and children and texting can be managed by setting a few basic ground rules that will help limit the amount that your child can text per day. Today I'll be offering you information about the growing problem of texting and give you some tips for how to restrict how much your child is able to text. I will also give you some warning signs that your child is texting too much. Let's start with some statistics. Children and teens today are texting way more than they should. Texting really took off ever since cell phone companies began to offer plans that allowed people to send as many texts as they want. According to the Nielsen Company, over 75 billion text messages are sent a month. With age group between 13 and 17, it includes around 2,200 messages a month, or about 70 or 80 texts per day. With these statistics, let's focus on some of the problems that can be caused by the use of overtexting. Too much texting can lead to problems such as a lack of sleep due to children texting in bed and staying up long hours. Also, texting takes away the skill of appropriate communication between people. A big problem with teens is the problem of texting and driving. This is an ever-growing problem today and has been more and more in the public. Also, distractions from work or class can be problems with your child or teen, as it can distract from their job or ability to perform in the classroom. With that being said, there are some tips that can help your child limit the amount that they text. One is you can sit down with your child and discuss the consequences or dangers of overtexting and come up with a set plan to help restrict how they can text. Also, you can check your cell phone bill each month. Cell phone bill is a good way to see on a piece of paper the exact number of messages that your child sends or receives each month, and with this you can better prepare them for limited texting. Also, you can set up a plan with your cellular provider, only allowing them a certain number of texts per month. This will allow the child to only use text when they really need them and not just use them for conversation. Also, you can limit the time and places that your child is allowed to text. You can set up barriers such as a bedtime that prevents them from using the phone after a certain hour or prohibits them from taking their phone to school or work. Today I've told you some facts regarding the use of overtexting by children and teens. I've also discussed some tips and guidelines that will allow you to help restrict the number of texts that your child can send or receive each month. If your child seems distracted at work or school or seems to be lacking in proper face-to-face communication skills, texting may be the problem.